on me. Baby, can you focus?
Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl MichelleGabrielle, and today we have a sew-in video. Y'all, I haven't done a sew-in since my freshman year of college. But first, just want to say thank you to Curlsqueen for sponsoring this video today, and let's go ahead and hop into this video. So first we're going to start with prepping the hair, do a little bit of shampoo and conditioning before we sew it in. And what they sent me are 2 bundles of the 4a-4b water jerry curl. And I believe it is in 26 or 24 inches. I will make sure I put all the details in the description box along with all the products I'm using. Y'all, I don't know, maybe I've been on TikTok for a little bit too long. I feel like the way I edited this video was way too fast. So if you're struggling, everything will be linked in the description box. And you guys, this hair is so full. This is their luxurious upgrade 150 grams hair. So 2 bundles is actually equivalent to 3 to 4 bundles. Moving on, I'm going to do my natural hair prep. So I'm just going to do my normal wash day routine. I'm going to go in first with the clarifying shampoo. It's so funny because on TikTok, you guys call me out for calling it Kendra, and it's definitely Kenra, but I love using this clarifying shampoo. It strips your hair so nice. After that, I like to go in with the Design Essential moisturizing shampoo to put some moisture back into my hair, and then I just do the Design Essentials deep conditioner. I don't know about y'all, but all that 15-step wash day routine, I don't do it, not at all. And I've also stopped washing my hair in sections. We keep wash days simple over here. These are the products I'm using to blow dry. I've only tried out the Olaplex Bond Smoother for a couple times now, so I'm still kind of filling it out. But like I told y'all in the last video, my hair is so much thicker and fuller since cutting off that heat damage. I do have a trim appointment coming up soon, and I'm just so excited to move forward with this healthy hair journey. I swear you guys, I am done chopping off my hair, I promise. But my braid down was already done off camera. My mom actually helped me do it because I could not braid with my nails. But I'm just sewing down that anchor braid to make sure it's tucked away before we start sewing in the bundles. And I'm also gonna sew down the hairnet too. And I just sewed around the perimeter. I am going to apologize in advance. I don't think I did such a great job with lighting as far as you guys being able to see visibly. It's just too much black. The hairnet is black, the thread is black, the weave is black, so it is a little hard for you to see exactly what I'm doing. But there are so many tutorials and step-by-step videos on how to sew in bundles and all that stuff on YouTube, so if anything, I'll link a reference video below. But now that we got all our prepping done, it is finally time to sew in this hair. And I won't lie, y'all, this this sewing humbled me. Shout out to all the girlies who do this on their own like clockwork, because I'm not doing it again. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot do this again. I cannot come and kill myself. Baby, hand me the wig. Take me to the stylist. Well, originally, my plan was to actually see if I should double the wefts or not. But after doing the style, I definitely will recommend with this hair texture to not double the wefts. And also because the hair is so thick and so full, it's really not needed. I thought that, oh, maybe the 2 bundles may not be enough, but y'all, it is more than enough hair. I think 1 bundle pretty much got me to around the middle of my head, and then I didn't even end up using the full bundle of the second one. But I'm so happy that these 4C sew-ins and these kinky curly sew-ins have become a trend. Like, I've been waiting for this. I've been seeing so many videos on TikTok and the girlies are eating down. Like, it looks good. And I'm pretty sure everyone who's tuned in is enjoying the freedom of not having to worry about blending your leave out. And even the big curly wand curl look too, that one is just giving me life. Like, everyone looks so good. And I'm actually going to insert the pic of the mood board I created when it came to shaping the hair and figuring out how I wanted the hair to sit on my face. I keep telling y'all, when it comes to wearing these natural hair extensions, you really got to figure out how to shape the hair and cut it and layer it for it to sit well on you so you can actually fall in love. But I know it's definitely all preference too. You know, some people just really don't enjoy dealing with curly hair, which is perfectly understandable. But I also really like that we're also giving curly and coily hair some love. They are both beautiful. They're both worthy of being put on pedestals. But back to the install, right about here is when I started to curve the wefts. And this is so that the front of the hair falls in my face and not on the side of my face. wefts. And I did about 3 rows like that, and then everything else I just sewed it normally. And I also didn't cut any of the wefts until I got to the very end. As far as leave out, this is a middle part sew in. So I left out the center and the perimeters in the front. I would say I left out as much as a finger's width of hair, but for the center, I kind of wish I left out less hair because it was a lot to blend. You want to make sure it's enough leave out to pretty much cover your finger or the tail of a rat tail comb. But as y'all can see, my face is missing because this was a lot of hair, but I'm pretty much done. The last thing I did after cutting the weft was take the rest of the hair to sew around the leave out just to cover the wefts. And I pretty much used all of the hair. I was only left with a little left over, but the next time I do put this hair back in, I may take out a couple more wefts just because it was so full, y'all. It was so big. My mom was looking at me like, what are you about to do with all that hair? I was looking at me like, what am I about to do with all that hair? But when it comes to this girl, you just gotta trust the process. Now that we're moving on to styling, the first thing that I'm going to do is get this hair soaking wet and start detangling. Now for this, we are actually going to have to work in sections because this hair was so dense, like there's no other way. I'm gonna be going in with the combination of finger detangling and going in with this detangling brush my sister actually left the last time she came. I know there's probably multiple different names for it, but it's just one of those brushes that I don't know, like they're bendable and you can open you can move in between each of the little lanes, so I'm using that type of brush. And once I was done detangling each section, I just put it in a little scrunchie to avoid it getting tangled up again. So if you guys follow me on TikTok or Instagram, I'm going to be doing the same exact cutting method that I did from the wig that I got from Icy Hair. And I actually found this method of cutting curly hair from a creator on TikTok, and her name is Zakaya. She has so many curly hair install videos and they always look so good. First, we're cutting both sides bluntly, and this is so that you can get that hair is full from a root to tip look. And then after that, I'm gonna cut the bangs. I actually did end up going in and cutting the bangs a lot shorter just because my leave out is a lot shorter, and I also like when the bangs are face framing, so that was the look that I was going for. And then after that, we're going to put both sides in a ponytail right above the ears, and while you're pulling the hair out straight at a 90-degree angle, you're going to cut on a diagonal. It's always super awkward for me to cut with my non-dominant hand, so just be careful. You don't want to cut too much. It's always good to cut little first before you cut a lot. But as you guys can see, with just the cut alone, you know this hair is about to eat. So boom, now that we cut some layers, it's time to go in with some water, some mousse, some eco styling gel, and start finger coiling this hair. When it comes to natural hair, I really wish I would have known about the Tangle teaser sooner because it just makes the process so much easier and so much smoother. But I'm using the Tangle teaser, I'm using the denim brush also, just so that we can get some curls forming, and then like I said, finger coiling the hair after. This process was very tedious, I'm not gonna lie, but again, it's just because the hair is so full. But hey, the results were worth it because it came out looking so good. But while we define these curls, let's talk about how I've been feeling about filming lately. Well, first and foremost, I really enjoyed editing this video. Like the intro, I've just really been trying to make sure that I'm having a lot of fun with things. Like I told my close friends that I really want to take editing a lot more seriously and really improve. So I'm being really intentional with editing and the music choice and the transitions, and I just been having a good time. I love it here. And in general, I just feel like I'm really being more of myself. I really don't feel the need to be very performative or very overbearing. And I think sometimes when we start content, we're kind of told like you need to be loud, you need to make a lot of noise so that people can notice you and people can see you and people can instantly watch you. And I just want to let you know, if you're not that type of girl, and no shade to the girls who are like that because there is an audience for that, but if you're not so bold with everything, I just want to let you know that there is a space for you. Like there is a space for all the calm girlies. There are people who are going to naturally gravitate to you. There are people who are going to really enjoy your calm demeanor. and you do not need to change that about yourself so that you can get more views or get more engagement. There are people looking for creators that are just like you. And don't get me wrong, I do have my moments where my energy is at a 10 and I do have a lot more to say and I can be a lot more louder. But 9 times out of 10, it's giving we're at a 3. And like I said, like, don't be discouraged. Don't think that, oh, your content is boring because you're not using the sound effects, you're not using all of these tactics. There are people who really appreciate that type of content and are looking specifically for that type of content. And it's actually really funny because I was working with a brand, and every time I sent over my voiceover, they would just keep saying, we just need more energy. We just need more energy. We just need more from you. And I won't lie, it was a little bit annoying because not everybody wants to make videos like that, especially hair videos. If I'm watching a hair video, I want to relax. I want to chill. Don't nobody want to hear no screaming. So now that we are all done with defining the curls, it's time to blend this weave out. And like I did say before, I did cut the bangs a little bit shorter. And in general, the hair does look a lot shorter. And keep in mind, when you cut curly hair bluntly, it makes it shrink a lot. And also, it's just a very tight curl pattern. So you are going to see some shrinkage, but when you stretch the hair overnight, that's when you'll get a lot of the length back. But as far as what I'm putting on my natural hair, I'm just going in with some Eco Styling Gel. And with the hair that is closest to my leave out, I'm going to finger coil it together with my natural hair so that it's a lot easier to blend the natural hair with the weave. So y'all know that I did a good chop with my hair during the middle of the summer when I was over all of my heat damage. So it is a little tricky blending the hair with my natural hair just because my natural hair is so short right now. But if your hair is longer than mine and we have the same hair texture, then you will have no issue blending this hair and your hair together. And if your hair is the same length as mine, or maybe even a little bit shorter, then I would not recommend you doing a middle part sew-in. I would recommend you doing the flip over method because it's a lot easier to get away with the flip over method with short hair. And I already have a video uploaded doing the flip over method with the same hair texture. It's just a little bit shorter, but it's pretty much the same thing. And I'll just make it an end card at the end of this video for you guys. I did go in and diffuse, and then after that I picked the roots. The more volume you have going on, the easier it is to blend your real hair and the weave seamlessly. And the very last thing I did was my edges. I just used Eco Gel and then put the edge booster over top. I feel like people have always asked me how I've done my edges, even just growing up, but I would say the best trick is to lay everything back first with your scarf, and once you let that sit for a couple minutes, it should be a lot easier to get your hair to lay in the direction you want and without using a lot of product. So we are finally finished, and this is how things are looking. I don't really get the conversations of natural hair makes you look childish, because what is childish about this? It's giving very grown women vibes. I don't know, maybe it's the length, but even when it comes to looking at my thumbnail, that really doesn't give childish to me. But if you are insecure about length, which I completely understand, because me too, I really think Curlsqueen does a great job in providing a solution to that. Their brand is to signify women's beauty, power, and self-love through hair, and it falls right in line with their slogan, which is to be fresh, gifted, female, and black. But that is the end of the video for today, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye.
Can you focus on me?